crash landing on an alien planet is always a solid foundation for any video game, as evidenced already by awesome PSVR games like No Man's Sky and Farpoint. Think about it, you get to explore a world where the rules of Earth no longer apply, meet the natives, and since this is a completely foreign environment, you'll simply never know what to expect around the next corner. Developer White Elk recently ported their mobile VR game Eclipse Edge of Light to PSVR, and while it explores some of these concepts, it never takes any of them far enough for it to be a truly memorable experience. As you progress through Edge of Light, you'll eventually learn what happened to the inhabitants of a formerly thriving civilization. Most of this is done by scanning statues, which will reveal small bits of the planet's history. And as a fairly story-driven game, Eclipse could have easily fallen into the walking sim genre. And although it does straddle that line, there are plenty of simple puzzles to solve and a variety of gameplay mechanics that keep the moment-to-moment gameplay pretty entertaining. One of the best offerings out of the gate is something I wish we had more of in PSVR games, the use of a jetpack, making traversing the vast landscapes far more satisfying, and also allows for some fun platforming segments later in the game. Another nice distraction is the ability to throw this small ball-shaped artifact you're carrying by holding R2 and flicking the Dualshock 4 to smash relics and collect their dust. As a game that seems like it should support the Move controllers, I have to say that the Dualshock 4 works perfectly here, with, I'm sure, plenty of aim assist to make sure you always hit your target. You've also got a telekinesis ability and a hidden object finder, so again, despite all appearances, there is more to Eclipse than a standard walking sim. But despite all the nice things there are to say about Edge of Light, it never really reaches its true potential. Clocking in at just under 2 hours, there's not nearly enough time to tell an engaging story, and even what's here felt disappointingly shallow, and devoid of any huge revelations or plot twists. Don't get me wrong, I love short games, but unlike, say, Doctor Who Edge of Time, which had more memorable moments than I can count, Eclipse Edge of Light only had 1 or 2 scenes that really stuck with me. But more than that, the puzzles felt like filler, with solutions that are immediately obvious, utilizing puzzle mechanics we've seen 1,000 times before. And although the game gives you a bunch of abilities, they're only accessible when the game deems it necessary. In other words, you can only use your hidden object finder when the game tells you there's a hidden object in your immediate vicinity. And your telekinesis power only kicks in when there's a puzzle that requires it, making me feel like I was being force-fed the answers before I even had a chance to think about them. With all those complaints, you probably think I hated Eclipse Edge of Light, which simply isn't true at all. In fact, I have to applaud any developer that isn't scared to let us walk around at normal speed and launch hundreds of feet off the ground with every comfort setting turned off. Plus, the relaxing music and absence of any real action made this a relatively peaceful adventure that was simple, but enjoyable to get through. I just wish there was more of it, and more to it.